Hi, this is Jay from LifeRx, and today we're going to talk about danger zone for massage. If you're not a professional massage therapist, if you just try to help someone or work on your relatives or friends, you should be very aware of those zones. So let's jump in. This is our JB, just the bone guy. And the first danger zone, it's occipital area. So why it's occipital area? Because it's a lot of artery comes up there. And a lot of people push the fingers up there because it's painful. Don't do that. Just be careful. Especially don't use those air guns, Theraguns. People just ride strictly hit with this gun right in that occipital area. You don't do that. So the next one, this is going to be the anterior triangle of your neck. So it's right in this area, right in under your jaw. Why? Same thing. Artery, lymphatic system, vein, and nerve. We're gonna take a look closer after I just go all over. The next one, it's an armpit, under armpit. I'm not sure a lot of people go in armpit because people sweat or hair and they just kind of ignore this area. But professional athletes, professional massage therapists, for professional athletes, they always work in this area. Just make sure everything is okay, everything is right up there. Also, the first rib and clavicle area. So it's right in here. You can gently work on this area, but don't try to dig in there and something uncomfortable for the patient. So next one, it's a stomach area. It's a lot of muscles up here, especially OS muscle to release that hip, balancing hips. A lot of people sitting those days and just get that OS really tight muscle. So the professional therapists, they know how to work specifically on this area in this muscle, but it's a vena cava. It's a big, huge vein up there. Be careful. If you push and you feel pulsation, try to go away. Let's go back, and it's a kidney area. Right in under those first rib, on our back, it's a kidney area. So don't use your elbow, especially for the older, for your parents, for your dad. Why? Because you can really move those stones if they have a kidney stones, and it's going to be super painful. So really ignore this area. Be careful of this area. And also the next one, it's a femoral area. It's right in here. It's a femoral triangle, and it's a bunch of artery and vein, aorta. So just be really careful with this area. And also what I see people do, they use for sciatica pain, for like just burning sensation, they use elbow. This is not the way to treat the sciatic nerve or even like piriformis syndrome. We really need to be careful with this area. And of course, right behind the knee, if you're not a professional therapist, I highly recommend stay away from this area. So behind occipital, front of the neck, clavicle area, stomach, kidney. Don't do any elbow work on the sciatic nerve, and of course the groin area and behind the knee. Now let's go take a look close on that.
It's a femoral triangle. It's right in here, and as you can see how much it's a lot of muscles up here, especially for the runners, for adductors. You can see adductors longus. Let's just cut this off. Sartorius and the rectus femoris right here. So what I'm showing today, why it's a dangerous zone. So let's put the sartorius away, and here we go. It's also adductors brevis right here, and magnus. Yeah, it's the lowest one, adductors. I really like to work on adductors because sometimes they're weak or sometimes they're really tight. It depends on persons. So now I'm gonna add this vein, and I show you, if you're not professional, this is really dangerous zone, so you have to be really careful with this area. Also, it's a vein up here, femoral vein. Look, it's all right in here. And let's add nerve. It's also right above this big artery. It's coming right there. So you can see how much stuff is going on up here, and this is really I need to be careful what how to work in this area. So just be careful and pay attention to this area if you're not professional, and if just learn how to work professionally way. So yeah, be careful with this area.
So just take a look. We're talking about occipital triangle, and this is right area right behind your head, and this right in this ridge when you feel that kind of the heads come out from your spine, and this is a lot of people feel discomfort and some tension, or sometimes they can't move the head because what happened, they stuck with this OA joints. It's a little tiny joints up here, and they do the most turning of the head. People think the neck's supposed to be more mobile, the cervical area, but not. The only most movable part is your occipital atlas joints, OA joint. And what's going on up there? Why it's really not recommend to push hard or squeeze this muscle. What people do, sometimes they come in and see at the gym, people, what they do, they use this Theragun and they're pointing right in this area, and there's just use that kind of poking movements, vibration, and sometimes really powerful. You have to be really careful. This is really dangerous zone, and you don't want to mess with the zone. Why? Because it's a vertebral artery here. This is where is the oxygen, the blood go through your head. You need this food for your brain. And older people, I know sometimes those cases when older people come to massage and it's really hard manipulation gonna go on, people feel headaches, they really bad, they have like migraines. So that's what the cause this kind of problem with the clients, with the customers. So you have to be really careful and know what you do. And also, it's a big occipital nerve up here. Yep, you don't want to push on that. And we continue talking about the most dangerous zone during massage. And if you're not professional massage therapist and you not graduate from the school and they have a degree, but you try to help your relatives, your friends, your your close neighbors. This is one of the danger zone, and why? Because you can take a look. This is the huge vein up here, an artery right behind is the red one, subclavicle artery, and also the common carotid artery. It's right behind this vein, and jugular vein right in here. If I click on that blue tube, you can see, and also this is the long thoracic nerve, and this is right kind of on the side of the neck. So really be careful with this area. Let me add the muscles, and this is really good massage this muscle if you have any let's say migraine or headache. This is the great muscle to massage. This is the platysma right now on top. Let's remove this layer, and you will see this huge sternocleidomastoid. Actually, you can see it right in here. It's coming right to this manubrium, which is the sternum in the front of your neck. It's a top. Here we go. Yeah, platysma muscle is a really wide but thin, and you can see the sternocleidomastoid muscle. And only be careful because when you work on the sternocleidomastoid muscle, you can see the still vein is coming up here, right? And sometimes, jugular vein. And if you push on that vein, you're gonna feel a little pulsation. So stop and go away from this area because you push on that jugular vein. You don't want to do that because it's gonna cause also discomfort for the customer, and it might be a problem in the future. So yeah, this is sternocleidomastoid muscle. You can see if you sit at a computer, headache, desk, you can massage your friends. So use it, but really be careful with this area, okay?
If it's a kidney, because especially for the older folks, for seniors, if you have any kidney stones, sometimes seniors come in and say, "Oh, I have a lower back pain," and they poking right in this area, like where's the first rib has started. And sometimes I'm not working so hard in this area because I believe it might be the kidney stones. And I always ask them the questions if they have any history for the kidney stones problems. And if a lot of therapists I saw, they work on this QL muscle really hard, and they just really dig with the elbow, and just it's not the area to work hard. Trust me, the most lumbar area is the problem because uneven hips. The QL, yeah, sometimes it's spasming because we have rotation in the spine, but you have to be gentle on this. Not unnecessary to go really deep on this. And like I said, let me just turn this around. So don't push your elbow around this area. Look how this is the Vena Cava, the abdominal aorta here, and yeah, the kidney's right in here. So it's close to the first rib, right behind the first ribs. That's how they protect it. So really need to be careful with this. I'm not sure how the boxer take those punches in those area kidneys, but this is really dangerous and could be really painful if you guys move those stones, and not pleasant. So yeah, be careful. Otherwise, just communicate with your customer, see any painful sensation, and that should work well. Okay. So we continue to talk about danger zone for massage, and as a professional, like doing many massages, I really in the beginning I really afraid to go to the stomach, because I believe the OS muscle is really great muscle for lower back pain or hip, and you have to treat this muscle to get those hips balanced. And a lot of therapists, they kind of ignore this area because they're afraid of all this like dangerous vein and aorta. Yeah, so let's take a look in the picture. You can see this aorta is right here. So it's abdominal aorta. Oh, I clicked the wrong one, but I think it's hard. Yeah, I need to click exactly on the spot because it's so much stuff. Here we go. And it's you can see how big it is, and it's split to superior aorta. Yes, I click a little bit lower. Need to be, yep. So it's right in here, and to the left it's common iliac artery here. So what's happening here, a lot of therapists start try to dig in there, try to work on those OIS muscles, and they feel pulsation. I highly recommend it. If you feel pulsation, it's not gonna just stay away from this. So let's add a little bit vein up here. So here you can see inferior vena cava. It's right in here, blue one, and it's split to epigastric vein. If you click on here, something going on. Yeah, common iliac vein, right in here. So we're not going like we can't reach that one. So if you feel something like pulsing, you have to stay away. And let's add the nerves up here. You also will see femoral nerve, which is come close to this iliac bone. So just little advice: don't rush yourself. If you feel pulsation, just pull your hands away from this area. And for people who use that gun or releasing OS muscle, just be careful too. If you feel pulsation, this is not the way to push on that area, because it's telling you something. You hit the wrong spot. So be careful with this pulsation sensation. Otherwise, it's nothing to be afraid of. Work on this area, and this is really beneficial area to work on, because a lot of chemical reaction, a lot of energy in here. And this, we have this 4 major chakras up here, and energy. It's all about energy here. So if you're sitting a lot, take care of it. The Femorial Triangle. It's right in here, and as you can see how much it's a lot of muscles up here, especially for the runners, for adductors. You can see adductors longus. Let's just cut this off. Sartorius and the rectus femoris right here. So what I'm showing today, why it's a dangerous zone. So let's put the sartorius away, and here we go. It's also adductors brevis right here, and magnus. Yeah, it's the lowest one, adductors. I really like to work on adductors because sometimes they're weak or sometimes they're really tight. It depends on persons. So now I'm gonna add this vein, and I show you, if you're not professional, it's really dangerous zone, so you have to be really careful with this area. Also, it's a vein up here, femoral vein. Look, it's all right in here. And let's add nerve. It's also right above this big artery. It's coming right there. So you can see how much stuff is going on up here, and this is really I need to be careful what how to work in this area. So just be careful and pay attention to this area if you're not professional, and if just learn how to work professionally way. So yeah, be careful with this area.